We come to you tonight deep in the heart of Texas and right outside of Dallas. It's Friday Night Baseball on Apple TV, presented by Goodyear from Arlington, Texas, Globe Life Field, where the Texas Rangers host the Cleveland Guardians. In the American League Central, the Guardians trying to win their 4th division title in the last 5 years. A 2-game lead right now on the surging White Sox. The only 2 teams in the AL Central above 500. Just 1 in the West, it's Seattle. But the Rangers are hanging in 2.5 back right now, tied with the A's. Alongside Dontrell Willis, I'm Wayne Randazzo, and D-Train, both of these teams are hoping for October baseball this year.
Absolutely, 1,000%. The reason why Seager on one side, Ramirez on the other, is going to be firepower tonight.
Now, we certainly will see all of that firepower with Corey Seager back, but Jose Ramirez has really become Mr. Cleveland over the last decade plus.
You know what? I love what he's done, not only for this organization, but for this city. He is constant presence in that lineup. He runs the bases well. He hits for power. All the great moments you want to see in the Guardian uniform, he has possessed it. He is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Every year he's in the MVP race because he does it, not only defensively, but offensively, and he runs the bases elitely as well.
Historic numbers for a guy on a charter American League franchise, one of 4 third basemen in history to get top 3 in the MVP as many times as he has. And the big contract extension will keep him in Cleveland for the rest of his sensational career. He's 6 home runs away now from joining this 300 list. He'll be only with Willie Mays to do it all with one franchise.
And I told him earlier today, I wish he was a little bit closer, but then you never know. He might get 7 at-bats and break the record today.
Well, Jose Ramirez leading the Guardians once again, although they do have some firepower around him now. We'll talk about that as we go. For the Rangers, well, trying to score more runs themselves, and they do get their big bat back tonight. Corey Seager returns to help out this group.
Love what I see from Berger from the power department. Josh Young has been absolutely outstanding. Duran, I love that he can go all over the diamond and still have run production as well. This is a group that really has stepped up and really has surged back into the race.
Now, Seager was 0 for 27 directly before going on the injured list. Not a great start to his season, but an MVP caliber bat returns now for Texas.
He's a veteran. He knows what he's doing, and when the lights are brightest, that's when he plays his best. They know in that locker room they have to continue to keep him healthy, because once he gets his timing, boy, he can get his foot down, and he's a leader, and he's experienced. A 2-time champion, brought a championship here to Arlington, so he's a very important piece going forward.
The World Series MVP is both a Dodger and a Ranger, one of the greatest hitting shortstops of all time, judging by OPS. Right behind your guy, Nomar.
You know what? A pretty swing like Nomar. Nomar hit a home run off me and signed the bat, but never mind that. Corey Seager's the man right now, has to stay healthy.
He'll be in the number 2 spot in the Rangers order behind Wyatt Langford, who's also back for Texas here tonight. Well, you can't be anything but impressed by what Travis Bazzana has done so far as a major leaguer. The former #1 overall pick has been tremendous. He's batting leadoff for the Guardians. He's with Heidi Waddy in a moment.
Welcome back to Friday Night Baseball on Apple TV, presented by Goodyear. Roof closed here in Arlington for Rangers and Guardians. And many analysts expected Cleveland to take a step back after not doing a whole lot in free agency this year. But here they are once again leading their division. And those inside the organization knew what they had coming, namely Chase DeLauter and Travis Bazzana, 2 big pieces to put around Jose Ramirez in the lineup. Bazzana was the first overall pick in the 2024 draft, originally from Australia. He is the highest draft pick by a player born outside the United States and Puerto Rico. He was recently moved into the leadoff spot in the order. He's batting .300 with 9 extra base hits in 10 games. And Stephen Vogt told me they knew he would do well there. Travis joining me right now. How do you like batting leadoff after your first month in the big leagues, Travis?
It's great. Yeah, I kind of hit leadoff my whole life, so it didn't feel like too much of a transition, and just trying to keep the at-bat quality there and win ball games.
All right, well, you're doing a pretty good job. Stephen Vogt told me that you could be a hitting guru, that you love the analytics, you want all of the information, and you're able to put that into your at-bats. What information do you think is the most important?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I got to compete in the box, but yeah, if I can figure out where I'm best, what pitches I want to swing at, and then learn about a pitcher's arsenal and how to plan, I think that's going to help me. So, yeah, I'm trying to compete in the box, but there's a lot that can go into it that can help me, so, yeah.
There's a ton of information, especially available here at the big league level. What's been the biggest surprise in the big leagues for you so far?
How good it is every day. The big leagues is pretty cool, and the environments we get to play in are amazing. So I'm excited for a Friday night game here in Texas, and it's just it's the best form of baseball, I guess. I don't know.
No bad days in the big leagues. Thank you so much, Travis. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
We'll see how Travis and the Guardians do against Kumar Rocker and the Rangers. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with lineup's first pitch and Ezekiel Duran right after this.
We welcome you to Friday Night Baseball on Apple TV as we are presented by Goodyear tonight with Dontrell Willis and Heidi Watney. I'm Wayne Randazzo. We are in Arlington, Texas, where the Texas Rangers rule, world champions in 2023. A couple of games under 500 right now, but getting healthier. Corey Seager and Wyatt Langford are back, and the Rangers are hoping to get back up toward the top of the American League West, where the Guardians are atop the AL Central once again, and you can't be surprised by it anymore.
No, nice to see Seager and Langford, very important pieces athletically in that lineup, and also Jose Ramirez, one of the best ball players in all of baseball. But I'm very intrigued about the matchup on the mound. Two young fireballs going to go toe-to-toe with Messick and Rocker.
Yeah, certainly a couple of good young arms. Messick in the running, you'd think, for American League Rookie of the Year with what he's done so far this season. And Kumar Rocker is coming along as well for the Texas Rangers. But just getting back to the Guardians as we wait for the Rangers to take the field. It's not a surprise if they do it every year. No. You can't be surprised every single season.
It's a culture now, talking to Stephen Vogt. He says, you ask the question, why are they so successful? It's good people from top to bottom. It's not just the front office. It's the locker room. They care about each other. And they understand every season that they come into, they're written off. And you know, the bottom line is they have a good ball club and a good system, and they play clean baseball every single night.
The Rangers getting ready to take the field. Ezekiel Duran at second base, standing by with Heidi Watney.
Ezekiel Duran, you're doing your best Corey Seager impression, filling in for him while he's gone. You're having a career best offensive year. What's been key for you?
Yeah, I mean, keep working in the cage, keep working with the hitting coach, and keep trusting on myself. And when I got to the batting box, hit it hard to the middle.
Hit it hard up the middle. That works. The team and the fan base really wants you to be a first-time All-Star this year. What would that mean to you?
That means a lot for me. You know, when we all ski, this is the dream. Playing the big league, and when you're in the big league, playing the All-Star game, I'm gonna feel blessed, and this is gonna be fun too.
All right, there you go. Vote for Ezekiel Duran. Thank you.
Love that. Love that passion. He understands his role, and he's been elite for that lineup.
Skip Schumacher raving about Duran before the game today as he takes his position out at second base tonight. Moving around a little bit, Corey Seager's back at shortstop, so Duran at second here today. And here's Kumar Rocker trying to shake off some first inning trouble. He's really been very good this year outside the first inning.
Yeah, his last 4 starts, a 1.5 ERA. He's really had to work on settling in the first inning. 11 earned in the first inning, 11 earned for the rest of the innings in his season thus far. But the fastball and really the changeup to the left-handed batter, for me, has to play for Rocker. If he has that changeup to neutralize the left-hander to try to get that ball on the ground, he'll have a good start. So that's what I'm watching. But the fastball anywhere from 93 to 96 miles an hour, and he needs that slider as well to land in the strike zone.
Our Statcast powered by Google Cloud as we see Rocker on the mound here tonight. His scouting report is presented by CarShield. The first inning has been certainly interesting for him. They're trying to get him to have a different approach coming out for the first inning. It started with his outing against the Rockies, in which he followed an opener and then worked 7 2/3 scoreless innings. They don't want him to take so long between his bullpen and the time that he goes out to begin the game. He starts it off against Travis Bazzana tonight, and the first pitch is ball 1. What should that transition look like from the bullpen to the mound for a starter?
Well, the problem is for Kumar is the rest time and really cooling his body down and really his arm. And the first inning is very important for him, and really any starter, to have the command, which right now all of a sudden he's in a hitter-friendly count, and really have that rhythm of just waiting a certain amount of time. If you cool down, especially warming up, that's tough to revamp, especially for a bigger guy going downhill.
He's averaging about 20 pitches per first inning so far this year. As Bazzana cracks one to right, this is deep, and this one is gone. Travis Bazzana continues the first inning trouble for Rocker. It's a leadoff homer, and it's 1-0. Leadoff smash for Bazzana, leadoff bud presented by Budweiser.
Excellent job getting himself in a hitter-friendly count, 2-0, selling out on that fastball, getting his foot down on time and hitting one to the people.
That's his first career leadoff home run. And Bazzana, who's really just taken over that leadoff spot in the last couple of weeks from Stephen Kwan, has been really an impressive, polished young hitter to start his career. There's Ramirez with a bouncer to first. It's handled by Berger for the first out of the game.
Bazzana being able to hunt that fastball. You saw it in the minor leagues, the bat-to-ball skills, and the power, the athleticism. And I love this, that it gives Kwan time to really get himself right, but that might be his position. Keeps hitting the ball like that. Talking about thumbs down. Are we good?
Thumbs up. Yeah. One out, and it's Chase DeLauder who has provided some punch early in his big league career as well. DeLauder had a great first week of the season in terms of hitting the long ball. He's slowed down some since then, but he still has 55 hits, the second most among rookies. Very impressive rookie class for Cleveland. We'll see another one on the mound. Parker Messick has been tremendous.
That's really just a credit to the scouting department and really the front office being able to continue to draft well and develop well so these guys can be big league ready quickly.
We have Bazzana and DeLauder, both rookies sandwiched around Jose Ramirez, who's thrived back in the #2 spot in this Cleveland order. But these two guys are brand new to the big leagues, and they look like 10-year vets. 1-2 strikes on DeLauder as he takes upstairs from Rocker. And those first inning troubles rear their head early for Kumar Rocker against the first batter of the game. So DeLauder's rookie ranks.
Good pitch.
It's strike 3. DeLauder tried to check his swing. Didn't matter as Rocker put that right over the outside part of the plate at the knees. 2 outs for a strikeout for Rocker. The Guardian lineup presented by BetMGM. Ramirez, the all-time franchise leader in extra base hits, 6 home runs away from 300. Some other homers in the lineup coming from the guys in the middle, Manzardo and Hoskins especially. Manzardo had a good year for the Guardians last season. A quiet start to this year, but lately, the last 16 games, he's heated up as well.
Yeah, he can get streaky. Line-to-line power, love the bat speed as well.
He's homered twice in his last 3 games. The Guardians' cleanup spot has produced the worst batting average in the major leagues, 198, the lowest from any group of cleanup hitters in the sport. Manzardo trying to clean that up.
So far, Rocker's trying to get a feel of that changeup. He's going to see 7 lefties in that lineup.
This is a foul down the right field side. Still trying to work it out against right-handers. His slider has really developed into an outstanding pitch, though.
Yeah, well, you saw on the strikeout, being able to throw that back door as well. And also, if you have a left-hander in the box, really typical lefties, especially power guys, like that ball down and in. But if you can throw it below the swing path, huge pitch, and they want it down right now.
Down and away that time to Manzardo. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's the DH tonight. Rhys Hoskins playing first base for Cleveland. Manzardo from the baseball hotbed of Idaho.
I love Idaho.
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
You know how the Boise Hawk?
Rocker with back-to-back strikeouts after a leadoff home run. Travis Bazzana starts the scoring, gets it going for the Guardians here in Texas. On a 2.21 ERA. Just an attacker out there on the mound.
I love what I see from this young man. The fastball command, the changeup, and obviously the breaking ball. The changeup to me is his very best pitch.
Wyatt Langford is back for the Rangers in the leadoff spot, and on the first pitch fouls it off. It's been a lengthy absence here for Langford, who was off to a tough start at the beginning of the season anyway. We talked to Skip Schumacher about that. 39 games out with a forearm strain. Can a slumping hitter get out of his slump just by not being around for a few weeks? He says it is possible that mental and physical break could help a hitter coming back. It's a strike on the outside corner from Messick, and he pointed to Seager as a guy who traditionally has hit very well the second he gets off the injured list.
A mental reset and really getting yourself poised, not only physically, but from the neck up, just saying, hey, when I come back, I want to be able to hit the ground running.
Langford drives one out toward right center field. DeLauder over in the gap. He makes the catch on the move, and Langford flies out, but put a good swing on.
Batting second, the shortstop, number 5, Corey Seager.
Corey Seager was the World Series MVP in the only championship year of the Texas Rangers in 2023. And just on that alone, worth every penny, I would say, of a 10-year contract, over $300 million. No surprise swinging at the first pitch as Ramirez chases it, but it's out of play. They won. Whatever happens from here on out, they signed him and they won the whole thing.
Oh, brisket free for life for him. That's for sure. And that's exactly why you go out and get an impactful player like Corey Seager. And we talked about it in the open, and he's struggled of late. But for them ultimately to win it all, they got to get him going. And he understands the responsibility year after year.
Ultimately, he has struggled to stay healthy. He's had some back problems this year, hamstring injuries. I mean, he played a whole 162 games without him going back to 2023. They've played a full season without him in that time. So it's not unusual for Seager to be on the IL, and that's why Skip Schumacher could so easily point to his at-bats and his averages when he comes off the IL, because he's been on the IL a lot. It's this one in the air, shallow left. Ramirez goes out. So does the shortstop Rocchio. But Ramirez, as he backpedals, makes the catch. 2 outs. Texas with their starting lineup presented by BetMGM. The 2 returning players, Langford and Seager. Josh Young's been really good for them. So is Brandon Nimmo coming from New York. We talked about Ezekiel Duran having a career year offensively so far. 2 outs, base is empty for Young. Hitting .307. And, striking out less turns out to be a good thing for a lot of players, and it has been for Young.
He knew Young was going to have that bat-to-ball skills. He was the all-star in 2023, and I just love him being able to show line-to-line power.
Nice play by Messick on a ball hit up the middle as he picks it to finish off a 9-pitch 1-2-3 bottom of the first.
Pitchers are athletes too.
B is presented by Goodyear. At Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas, where the Guardians lead 1-0 thanks to a leadoff homer by Travis Bazzana. Sometimes you come across a stat that is so shocking that you have to just look it up yourself to make sure that it's right. And looking it up between innings, that is the 15th leadoff home run allowed by the Texas Rangers this year.
That's astounding. That's a lot. But you're used to playing from behind. And I guess there's a flip side to that, but that's an alarming rate, especially how talented their staff is.
This is their 63rd game. So we're talking almost a quarter of their games this season. They've allowed a home run to the first batter of the game. Tonight, Travis Bazzana.
But I love that Skip Schumacher recognized that we got to have some urgency early in our rotation. And not allow these offenses, especially at home, to really show their ability to be able to score and take the crowd out of it.
That's why they've been working with Rocker to have just a different approach when he goes out there for the first inning. I guess whether it did or didn't work is in the eye of the beholder. He had 2 strikeouts, retired 3 of the 4 batters that he faced, but one guy that he didn't retire hit a home run. This is Rhys Hoskins, the veteran, as he takes ball 4. So the leadoff man is on base here in the second inning as well, this time with a walk. Daniel Schneemann is the center fielder for the Guardians as he stands in here. Interesting path to the big leagues for Kumar Rocker. He was very early first-round pick for the New York Mets in 2021. The Mets were not satisfied with the medicals. They didn't sign Rocker after drafting him 10th overall. He kind of rebuilt his value. He pitched an independent ball in 2022, and then he was the 3rd pick of the draft that year when the Rangers selected him. Schneemann lines one toward right. This one hit pretty hard, but right at the right fielder Nimmo as he backed up to make the catch, 1 out.
Yeah, you talk about Kumar Rocker being the 2019 College World Series most outstanding player, and so these guys feel like he's earned the right to be able to say he's a first rounder, and you're starting to see some growth from him. You're starting to see some mound presence from him, but you know that's the bumps and the bruises of being a young player in the big leagues, of learning your routine and what works for you, and really being consistent with it.
1 out here in the second. Stephen Kwan stands in as Hoskins gets chased back to first. I don't think Hoskins is going to be running.
Nah, I think he's base to base.
But Rocker was the 5th player in history to be drafted twice in the top 10, taken 10th by the Mets and 3rd by the Rangers. Stephen Kwan looks at a strike. So it was a circuitous route to the major leagues for Rocker. And even last year there were some struggles. He got sent to the minor leagues at the end of July last year, and basically they just worked on development with him. He didn't really even pitch in the minor leagues after being sent down. They wanted to teach him more about pitch shapes and sequences and arm care and all that. So Rocker was in the minor leagues last season, although working on things away from the mound, before he did get back to the pitcher's mound toward the end of last year. He's been mostly valuable out of the rotation this year as he falls behind Kwan, 2 balls and 1 strike.
And so far I'm seeing a lot of non-competitive fastballs and allowing the Guardians hitters where they're elite already, being able to grind pitchers down that are around the strike zone. And so far it seems to be a tough sledding for Kumar because he hasn't really landed any pitch consistently.
And upstairs to Kwan. Almost seems like this left-handed heavy lineup has him out of his element a little bit because he relies on that slider so much.
The changeup is important. Talked about that in the open. You have to be able to land something east of the strike zone to get these guys off that pulled side fastball.
Got a few 3-ball counts already tonight. 3-1 on Kwan. And a line drive to right center field. Nimmo gets over but has to play it on a bounce. Hoskins is headed for 3rd base. Nimmo gets it into 2nd. Hoskins goes 1st to 3rd on the base hit by Stephen Kwan.
That'll show you Mr. Willis base to base. Kwan getting another fastball, and that's middle. He's trying to work the sinker, but it doesn't have the depth change down. Continues to miss belt high. Kwan hits one in the gap. Keep the line moving.
Well, the line moves to the number 8 batter, Austin Hedges. You're the Rangers here, and you got a guy on the mound with a 50% ground ball rate. Well, this is where it comes into play with Hedges coming up. A double play candidate to be sure. Hedges bunting, and you feel like that's to stay out of the double play more than anything else.
Yeah, a little bit of a safety squeeze. Hoskins tried to get an extra secondary step. They wanted to make sure that ball was down on the ground.
You do have a very good base runner at first in Kwan, although only 2 stolen bases this year. Guardians run a lot, 60 stolen bases as a team among the major league leaders. Again, Hedges shows bunt but takes ball 1 as Kwan bluffs another stolen base attempt.
Seager's covering in that play, so the whole left side of the infield with Young crashing down is open, so you have to watch out for him pulling it back and trying to hit that hole.
One ball and 1 strike the count. Another bunt attempt and a ball outside. 2-1. The third base coach for the Guardians is Ruglis Odor, who is the uncle of the former Texas Ranger Rougned Odor. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Hedges. Swings that time and fouls it back. Had a good cut.
Yeah, they gave him a green light right there in that situation. Trying to ambush Rocker. Already fell behind once again, 2-1, and you get one chance to try to drive them all in, and that sinker was running just enough to get Hedges off that barrel.
So now the count 2-2 on Hedges. Rocchio's on deck. Hedges fouls one at home plate. Higashioka could not hang on to it. Rocchio has been excellent from the number 9 spot in the order. Hardly a gimme if he's up with a chance to drive in some runs. And now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Another deep count here. First time through the order, a bit of a struggle for Kumar Rocker.
Yeah, still trying to find either that side of the plate or really that sequencing that he can go to with confidence. Hedges is selling out on this fastball. Kumar's hoping that he can really get that sinker down. I haven't seen a lot of sinkers that are really competitive down to get the ground ball that he wants.
We'll check on Kwan at first. Kwan's running, and Hedges takes strike 3, throw to second. Kwan is safe, so a stolen base keeps the inning going as Hedges goes down on strikes, 2 outs.
Yeah, Hedges might have just got caught thinking that ball is going to be non-competitive. Kwan was taking off on first move anyway, so it did not matter.
Third stolen base for Stephen Kwan this year. Had a career high 21 last year. And now here's Brian Rocchio, who's been one of the best with runners in scoring position, hitting .311 in these spots this season. Looks at a strike.
Hasn't been many better 9-hole hitters in baseball, especially with runners in scoring position. Stephen Vogt talks about it, especially when he falls behind in the count, the ability to shorten up that swing and put the ball in play.
Balls in a strike as Rocchio. It's a soft roller foul. And it's 0-2. Rocchio has been extremely good in that number 9 spot in the order. Had a big hit against the Rangers last year as well. A walk-off 3-run homer that clinched the Guardians' comeback for the division championship last year. Second and third, 2 outs. Rocchio grounds it to first. It is bobbled for a moment by Berger, but he has it to end the inning.
Welcome back to Globe Life Field. Here's a look at our home field advantage presented by Zillow. Globe Life Field was known as a hitter's ballpark when it first opened, but since the 2023 season, it's become a pitcher's paradise. Well, over the last dozen home games, though, the Rangers offense has broken out again, averaging nearly 5 runs a game. I talked to team president Chris Young. He said the team thinks the last homestand, the park was actually more hitter-friendly again, but they have not been able to figure out why it changes so drastically, and they have studied everything. They know the atmosphere outside affects how it is inside, and that it seems to normalize later in the season, where in the earlier in the year it can be tougher. But he said he's lost a lot of sleep over this one, guys.
I can imagine. It's really unbelievable how bizarre the park factor is here at Globe Life Field, because when you look back to the World Series here in 2023, and then you see all these guys' offensive numbers plummet since then, the park factor has changed completely. Brandon Nimmo, the count 2 balls and no strikes. They haven't moved the fences. The fences are how they've been since this place opened, which only was in 2020. So what gives? Why would the park change so much from day to day?
And I'm sure they're looking at the bats, the balls, really the air temperature, how much humidity that is inside the ballpark. Like, I'm sure they're turning over every single stone.
Brandon Nimmo with a swing and a miss, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now you see the runs per game here at Globe Life Field compared to 2023, when this place was like Coors Field, and now you can't even score here. Nimmo gets turned around, and that's strike 3. It's the first punch out for Parker Messick. 1 out in the second.
Well, also with roster construction, because if you know it's going to be a pitcher-friendly park, you know, you can really pick the players and the type of players you want to. Also, there's so many components because you want to be able to use this as a home field advantage, and so they're trying to figure it out every single day.
See the home runs here at Globe Life Field for the Rangers. StatCast powered by Google Cloud. That sounded like your putts filling up the cup on the course there. Those little sounds.
Take it easy over there, man.
Ezekiel Duran is the second baseman tonight for the Rangers. As Ranger fans know, he can play just about anywhere. Skip Schumacher says he even fills in as trying to make sure he's ready in case there's a need for a third emergency catcher. Does some of the catching drills with the other catchers. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Duran, but a lot of value in his versatility, and he has started to produce offensively.
Every World Championship caliber ball club needs a Swiss Army knife, and a guy that you can trust not only around the infield but the outfield as well. And you know, you just rave about his energy and positivity that he brings every single day to the ballpark, and a total team player.
Fouls one at home plate. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes on Duran. Just to finish the point about the park factor here. The league-wide average on a barreled ball this season is 683. In this ballpark, it's 548, the lowest in the majors. And get the slugging percentage. League-wide on a barreled ball, the slugging percentage is over 2,200. But here, it's 933. It's not even 1,000.
So all of a sudden, offensively, you see guys trying to charge at the ball, and it lets them expose the other pitches. And so you're seeing bigger swings because you want to muscle the ball out of the ballpark. And that's why you see the numbers, the difference of being on the road and them being at home. And you need to be a home field advantage in a friendly confine. And it's not friendly to their offense thus far.
Yeah, how do you make it friendly is a great question that you brought up. How do you even put the team together that can handle all these different elements here? 1 and 2, and now 2 balls, 2 strikes on Duran, because they don't even know how to build the team, and they don't know what causes these issues with the park.
If I figured that out, Chris Young will hire me.
Yeah, he definitely would. Can you get to work on that? 2 balls and 2 strikes on Duran, and that just missed for ball 3. Skip Schumacher says they don't really want to talk about it, but you kind of have to talk about it because it just is a giant elephant in the room in this ballpark.
And the lifeblood of the Texas Rangers is the ability to score.
Here's Duran chopping one to Ramirez, who picks the short out and makes the throw off balance for the out.
Jose is just slick over there. The ability to get jumps off the bat, runs in and really catches that short hop, and doesn't even a glove pass to be able to fire a strike over there. And he's just having fun, man. He's the standard over there. Play loose, play hard, and do everything correctly.
There's the very tall general manager, president of baseball operations for the Rangers. Very tall and very educated, Chris Young.
Good people, too. Love talking baseball with Chris Young. Love talking the glory days when we played against each other. And, you know, I didn't want to smoke with that 88-mile-an-hour fastball that played up.
Justin Foscue is the batter. Foscue is the DH tonight. He's played a lot of second base with Seager out in the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Messick poured that one right in there, and it's 1 and 2. Rangers really haven't hit much against lefties this year. 3rd worst batting average in OPS against left-handers. They haven't faced many. They haven't faced a lefty at home since late April. Parker Messick is off to a good start. 6 up, 6 down, 2 strikeouts in the second. MLB standout score, the 15th leadoff homer allowed by the Rangers this year. This one off the bat of Travis Bazzana.
Bazzana getting a sinker that was middle, being able to get his foot down and barrel that up. Nice, easy swing.
Bazzana leads off here in the 3rd inning, his 4th home run as a big leaguer so far. Just extremely impressive with his plate discipline. He swings over top of that. No balls and 1 strike on Bazzana.
You see from the young man thus far, he has a grit to him, loves to be prepared, and Works extremely hard, and you see the athleticism not only with the power, but this really speed as well.
Getting on base at a 360 clip so far as a big leaguer entering today. #1 overall pick, drafted just a couple of years ago. It's not taken him long to get to the major leagues.
So far, you've seen a good slider and really a good changeup by Rocker. Lana did not see that the first at bat, so hopefully this is a sign that he's starting to settle in and really sequence.
He was a state champion cricketer in high school in Australia.
2-2.
It's an easy transition to baseball, I guess, if you're a cricket star growing up.
I played it twice. Very difficult. God bless him.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Bazzana. Breaking ball misses for ball 3.
Also strike zone awareness beyond his years right there. Most young players want to hunt that pitch, especially they don't want to strike out looking, but he took that pitch and worked it to 3-2.
Full count pitch coming from Rocker. Bazzana lines it to center field, a base hit. So everything we said and have heard about Travis Bazzana, we've seen in his first 2 at-bats here tonight. That ball rolled all the way back through second base to the pitcher's mound, but Rocker grabbed it as Bazzana is on to start the 3rd.
Another sinker, and that's the pitch right there that shows me the athleticism and bat-to-ball skills. If he tries to pull that sinker like he did the home run, hits the top half, easy ground ball to the right side, but he hit it right back up the box.
Brings up Jose Ramirez, who grounded out to first his first time. Bazzana with the lead off of first as Ramirez takes ball 1. Good series for Ramirez at Yankee Stadium. He was 7 out of 13, which made him the all-time leader in batting average for an opponent at Yankee Stadium. He is now hitting .409, and not just the current Yankee Stadium, but all of them. He passed Ty Cobb for the highest career batting average by a visitor at Yankee Stadium with his 7 for 13 earlier in the week.
Yes. Put everybody on notice. Leave me alone in New York.
1 ball and 1 strike. Big cut at that. Ramirez is hitting the ball harder than he ever has so far in the big leagues, which is a scary thought because his numbers are not quite what they normally are. It seems like the best is yet to come for Ramirez this year, and as we mentioned, 6 home runs from 300, which will put him on an elite list of players with 300 career homers and 300 steals, and just the 2nd ever to do it for one team. Willie Mays as the only person on that list right now, as he did it all as a Giant, or did a lot of it there. Ramirez takes ball 2.
He has shown time and time again his love and his passion for the city of Cleveland and wants to bring a championship. It's on the tip of everybody's tongue when they play for the Guardians. They want to be that group that breaks that curse.
Count is 1 ball, rather 2-2 on Ramirez. He fouls that one back.
Yeah, he's a walking statue.
Yeah, you feel like he'll have one there, right? A lot of statues from stars of the past for Cleveland baseball around that ballpark. There goes the runner. Ramirez lines one to the right field corner, foul. Ramirez is the all-time leader in extra base hits for the Guardians. He's 2nd in home runs, RBIs, and stolen bases. It's one of the great players that has ever worn any sort of Cleveland uniform, dating back to the beginning of the American League in 1901.
And you think about this, their history and all the great players that have suited up and represented Cleveland. It's like, it's truly impressive.
Full count now on Ramirez, 3-2. I have to figure Bazzana will get started here.
Yeah, jumping around and really trying to distract Rocker to make a mistake to one of the most dangerous threats in the American League and all of baseball as well.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Bazzana is running, and Ramirez bounces 1 foul. I don't think there's any more conversation about Jose Ramirez being underrated. I think he has usurped all of that, and he's put himself on every sort of Hall of Fame trajectory, and he's one of the great players in this sport. There's no doubt.
It doesn't matter who they're playing. You have to circle him if you're going against him and trying to stop him.
Bizana runs again. Ramirez strikes out. Throw to second is not in time. Bizana has a stolen base. Guardians steal a base on a strikeout for the second straight inning.
Once again, a really good jump. Bizana even looks in to see if there was any contact. Did a good job of avoiding Seager's tag.
Stolen base number 9 for Bizana. That's third most on Cleveland. Ramirez has 22 stolen bases to lead the way.
Oh.
Ball 1 to Chase DeLauder as he struck out his first time. Called strike. DeLauder had that incredible start to his major league career. First player in franchise history to hit home runs in 4 of his first 7 major league games. Had 5 total.
I felt like we've seen personally a couple of those good swings, and it was like, uh-oh, this young man has a chance to hit 50 in this good season. But again, he is a middle of the lineup type guy. The swing is really short. He doesn't need a big swing to generate big time power, and so he's always going to be able to hit and show power as well.
He drives this one toward right. Nimmo's after it and makes the catch moving back. Good play by Nimmo. As Bizana returns to second base, that ball is rifled by DeLauder.
And Nimmo had an excellent jump off the bat. Knew exactly where he was in the outfield and knew how much room he had. Man, that ball was squared up.
111 miles an hour off the bat.
This big outfield, you have to defend at a high level.
2 outs, and now Manzardo. He punched out his first time as well as Rocker lays in a strike. Well, some traffic on the bases here for Rocker, but outside of the Bizana home run, he's kept the Guardians off the board since that first batter of the game.
Concerned about the pitch count, though. Already pitched 58.
Balls and 2 strikes on Manzardo. The Rangers with a highly productive bullpen. They had a day off yesterday. The Guardians finished their series in New York yesterday afternoon and made their way down here. One and 2 the count on Manzardo.
And the Rangers bullpen have a couple former starters. So you use those guys to get 3 outs, 6 outs, and really bridge that game.
Broken bat pop-up on the infield. Young and Seager are both there, and it's Young who squeezed it in front of Seager to end the inning. Bizana stranded at second to end the third.
It's been the same exact grip since freshman year of high school. I've just always thrown it. It's always been comfortable. You know, the fingers go around like the end of the baseball. Just have kind of the fingers resting on the side. I want the changeup to spin as low as it can to create that kind of depth. So, yeah, I try and dominate the inside of the baseball and let the grip do the work.
Now Parker Messick has done plenty of dominating. That changeup, though, has been his wipeout pitch. 45% whiff rate on it. He deals ball 1 to Jake Berger, leading off here in the bottom of the third.
37 Ks on that changeup. That's second most in all of baseball behind Christopher Sanchez. It's a very important pitch, and it also helps the fastball play up higher.
Fastball's been good. He has a sinker as well. He has a new cutter that he's worked with that he keeps off the plate nicely to right-handed batters. Berger has heated up here lately. Still just a 706 OPS for the year. I mean, Messick's been great. There's no other way to say it. A 2.21 ERA to begin this season. He's gone at least 5 innings in all of his starts. He took a no-hitter into the 9th inning against the Orioles back in mid-April. Now, Cleveland has not had a no-hitter since Len Barker threw a perfect game back in 1981. Messick got really close.
Plus he wears the stirrups. You gotta love a guy like that.
Swing and a miss. There was the changeup, 2-2. Looked pretty good.
But you know what? Being able to throw that even behind an account puts another wrinkle in the hitter's mind. And now they have to cover that nasty changeup. You see the rotation of spin on that. He can throw the sinker off that. And like I said earlier, the 4-seam fastball, even though it's 92 to 93, because the hitters are looking for that changeup, now that fastball feels 95, 96.
Two balls, 2 strikes, and that just missed for ball 3. It's Austin Hedges behind the plate. He has caught every single one of Messick's starts so far this year. Stephen Vogt says that's just kind of happened organically at the beginning, but now he's keeping it together. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Messick goes to the changeup to put away Berger.
Seeing the grips right there, the 4-seam, obviously I love that cutter, especially to the right-handed batter. That changeup that almost looks like a palm ball. And I love the depth change, and he grips it and rips it. Gives no inkling to the hitter that something other than a fastball is coming, and that's the sign of a good changeup.
He's retired 7 straight to start the night. Now Kyle Higashioka looks at a strike. Hedges says about Messick, he's just a really polished rookie. Preparation, routine, recovery, mentality, confidence. He's got it all. Ground ball in the hole. Ramirez diving stop. Gets up, fires to retire Higashioka.
That's cold-blooded, Wade. That's why he's one of the best players in all of baseball. I talked about it in the play before. The first 2 steps. Gets dirty. Shows off the arm strength across the diamond. He is truly fun to watch. I feel like every time he's on this telecast, he does something, whether it's offensively or defensively. And that's why he's one of the game's best weapons.
2 outs. Here's Michael Hellman as he takes ball 1. Hellman in center field. Evan Carter is still getting some playing time as well. Carter, just his offense has fallen off the face of the earth ever since that postseason a few years ago. Still young and talented, though. As Hellman to fly ball to right center. This is DeLauder as he ranges back and grabs it to end the inning. Parker Messick's retired all 9 to start.
Time for a stage manager interview here with Skip Schumacher. You know, the leadoff home run to Travis Bassana, but other than that, Rockers look pretty good. What are you seeing from him?
Yeah, he has. There's obviously been some traffic in the other innings, but he's done a really good job getting out of those innings and kept us with a, just down 1 run.
You took over for a Hall of Fame manager in Bruce Bochy. What's the biggest thing you learned watching him last year?
Well, the first conversation I had with him, he told me that I can't wait to learn from you. And I'm not sure what he was going to learn from me, but it just shows you what kind of leadership that is and how secure he was in that position. And I learned a lot just from that one statement.
All right, thanks, Skip.
Thank you.
Skip Schumacher was the National League Manager of the Year with the Marlins in 2023, but he does replace a legend here in Bruce Bochy.
Just a relationship between Young and Bochy, to be able to go to Tennessee and get him off that lake, to bring him back here and be at the helm of that title run. And man, really, Arlington was rocking in that run, and that was fun to watch, just to see an organization finally win a world championship.
As close as you possibly could in 2011 when they were just an out away twice in that Game 6 of the World Series against the Cardinals. Finally got through the entire thing, beating the Diamondbacks in the 2023 World Series, where Bruce Bochy was the first world champion manager for the Rangers and the first for the San Francisco version of the Giants, winning a championship as the California version of the Giants for the first time since they made that move in the late 50s, plus the 2 others he won in San Francisco. So 4-time world champion manager Bruce Bochy.
You know what? You want to talk about a human that you can learn from and talk baseball and drink wine all day with? That's Bruce Bochy. And his slow demeanor, knowing how to use bullpen pieces, relying on the starters to bridge. And that patented smile from Boch, you know, to see him at the helm. And so it was no surprise when they won a title here.
2 balls and 2 strikes the count on Hoskins. Broken bat pop-up shallow right center. Duran goes to get it. A spacious outfield. The infielders have to take control on some of these pop-ups. Duran grabs that, 1 out. World Series in 2023. Josh Sborz getting the final out. The Texas Rangers world champs at last.
How good was that offense, especially the last 2 months? It felt like they were averaging 7 runs a game. I was in Arizona. They asked me, how do you think the D-backs are going to do? I was like, ooh, good luck with that offense.
D-backs kind of surprised the baseball world in their own right as they beat the Phillies in Game 6 and 7 of the National League Championship Series on the road that year in Philadelphia to get to the World Series. It's a ground ball to first base. Schneemann is the second out of the inning. Not too many managers won 4. Even if you take all the Yankees away, only Connie Mack and Walter Alston survived that list as non-Yankee managers. Joe Torre, Casey Stengel, and Joe McCarthy on there as well with Bochy.
Even your champs in the city of San Francisco, and me being from the Bay Area, I knew the impact of them being able to have that parade down Market Street and do it multiple times. And surefire Hall of Famer. And for him to stop his Hall of Fame clock after Chris Young talking to him and believing in this process, believing in his roster, and solidifying him as one of the best managers in the game, winning a title here in Arlington.
2 out, nobody on as Kwan bats and hits a fly ball to right center field. This one's headed for the gap and it falls in, bouncing all the way to the wall. Extra bases for Kwan as he pulls up at second base and has a 2-out double. Stephen Vogt said they'd like to see Kwan pull the ball a little bit more. He's pulled it twice today for base hits.
Yeah, wasted no time this time. First to the bat, he worked the count. Got that foot down, and again, that same sinker that they wanted. Walker needs to throw that ball 3 ball lengths down and try to get them to hit the ball on the ground, but it stayed true. Kwan did an excellent job squaring it up.
That'll bring up Hedges. Took the Rangers 51 years as the Texas Rangers to win a championship. 63 years total for the franchise. As Hedges pops one shallow center, that gets down to base hit. Heading home is Kwan. He'll score the second run of the game. 2-out rally for the Guardians makes it 2-0.
Bottom of the lineup, Wayne wasting no time, and that's the same sinker that Kwan squared up. Rocker did a better job of getting that inner half, but just being able to pull your hands through it and show your strength to be able to muscle up for Hedges to be able to get RBI with 2 outs.
Brings up Ryan Rocchio as Cleveland goes up by 2. Only makes the Guardians that much better if Stephen Kwan's going to produce offensively. Hasn't much in the first couple months of the year. That's Stephen Vogt on the end there. There was not Stephen Vogt in the middle. His twin bench coach. I mean, that is absolutely ridiculous how much Tony Arnerich, the bench coach, looks like Vogt, and they sit next to each other the whole game.
Yeah, Tony Arnerich, his uncle was my Babe Ruth coach, so I've known Tony for a very long time, and that whole family breathes baseball in Alameda, California, and so super excited that Arnerich got a chance to be his bench coach. And Stephen Vogt has raved about the contrast of styles, but a lot of things that are similar as far as the baseball ethics.
And they look exactly alike. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Rocchio. Two outs with Hedges at first after his RBI single brought home Kwan. Count now 2-2 on Rocchio. Of course, we have to talk about a World Series drought that the Rangers went through before they won their first. Cleveland fans are saying, well, that's nothing. Try 1948 on for size. The longest drought in the major leagues for a team without a world title belongs to the Guardians. Here's a liner down the right field side. That is a foul ball off the bat of Rocchio.
77 seasons without a World Series title. They've been close.
A couple of Game 7 extra inning losses in there in the World Series. There's Vogt and there's Arnerich. You can see the Twins right there. And you can see how long it's been for the Guardians since their last championship.
Tell you what, one of my best friends is from Shaker Heights, and I remember the passion when the Cavaliers beat my Warriors. To see the whole city come out, if the Guardians do that, oh my goodness, that might be a weekly part.
2 balls 2 strikes on Rocchio with 2 outs. Guardians, as the Cleveland Indians, lost Game 7 in 1997 to the Marlins in extra innings, and then again in 2016 in that crazy game against the Cubs.
Chill out over there, Wayne. You're good old Cubbies. Man, we got to take it easy. We got to go to Cleveland this year, I'm sure of it. Take it easy. That was a heck of a ball game and obviously series.
2-2 the count on Rocchio. High pop up in foul ground. It's Berger coming in from first, cutting off the catcher Higashioka to put it away. Austin Hedges a 2-out RBI makes it 2-0 Guardians.
It's time for a Sage manager interview here with Stephen Vogt. Parker Messick has needed just 38 pitches to get through the first 3 innings. What's working so well for him?
He's just attacking the zone. I think he and Hedgie are doing a great job keeping him off balance. But he's making pitches when he had to. They've worked a few 3-2 counts, and he's made some good pitches in those.
Travis Bazzana, leadoff home run. What has impressed you most about him in his first month in the bigs?
Just the consistency of his at-bats. I mean, he makes the pitcher come into the zone. He rarely chases, and he's always ready to hit. He's really smart, and it was really fun to get on the board like that.
All right, thanks.
Leadoff home run by Bazzana. Just correcting something we said earlier. It's 9 home runs to the first batter of a game allowed by Rangers pitchers this year. 15 home runs allowed to the first batter faced by a Rangers pitcher in a game where they've entered. And 20 first inning home runs allowed by the Rangers this year. That's the most in the major leagues. So still garish totals, regardless of how you slice it.
I don't care how you slice it. It's got to be better. If they want to get to the postseason, you got to start throwing up some zeros already to allow your offense to be able to settle into the ballgame.
Just a lot of falling behind. Typically the team that scores first wins. That's the case throughout baseball. It's the case for the Rangers, who are 23-5 this year when they score first. They're 7-27 when they don't. And giving up leadoff home runs, not a good recipe for that. Parker Messick, though, strikes out the leadoff man here in the 4th. Langford is the first out.
See, Langford looking for something off speed, and I talked about it earlier in the ball game. That fastball plays up and locks him up. 93, but that plays like 97 when you know you have to cover not only the slider but the changeup as well.
Corey Seager stands in with 1 out, swings the first pitch as he often does, and grounds it to Bazzana. So 2 quick outs here in the 4th. Messick making it look snappy here early on. 11 batters faced. He's retired them all on 43 pitches.
That's why Cleveland has won 9 of Messick's 12 starts coming into this ball game. He works at an excellent pace, can land multiple pitches for strikes, and he does have swing and miss with those pitches as well.
Building a Rookie of the Year candidacy as Josh Young stands in with 2 outs. Sitting next to a left-handed pitcher that was a Rookie of the Year back in 2003.
That's when beta tapes were still around.
The laser discs, I remember those.
See, there you go.
1 ball, no strikes on Young as he looks at a strike.
You still got a chip on your shoulder about that Cubs Marlins series. I apologize multiple times to you, Wayne. Thought we've grown from that.
There's the changeup.
See the sequencing, Wayne? Yeah. He throws the fastball. He's telling you that he's going to challenge you, and then pulls the string. And with that grip, all you have to do is just release it at the right time, and it's going to dead that.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Goes to the fastball away to make it 2-2. Messick has 4 strikeouts in the early going. He's not allowed a base runner yet. There's a chopper up the middle. Rocchio can't reach it. Base hit. The Rangers have their first tonight. Josh Young, a 2-out, 2-strike single.
Finally a mistake by Messick. That caught a lot of the plate, allowing Young to be able to get his arms extended. Shorter swing, looked like the changeup. Josh Young isn't strong enough to be able to top that ball through the hole.
So Messick disappointed that he could not get through the 4th inning without a man reaching as he got through the first 3. Oh! Just missed to Brandon Nimmo, who struck out his first time. Nimmo traded from the Mets to the Rangers in the midst of a long contract. Got a 6-year deal in New York worth $162 million. On that pitch, 1 ball, 1 strike, kind of a contract swap with Semien going to the Mets and Nimmo coming here to Texas.
Beginning of the season, Nimmo was on fire.
Semien's caught up a bit here lately, but Nimmo's been the better player so far this year. Got more of a power hitter as he's gotten older. Hit a career high 25 home runs last year, and he had 92 runs batted in, both career highs.
I think he's done a better job of this, realizing in situations where he has a chance to drive the ball and take advantage of pitchers not believing that he can, and especially pitches elevated in his zone.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Nimmo. Laid off that one in the dirt. Now a full count. It's 3-2.
Excellent pitch. Even better take. Messick throws the fastball up in the zone. He wants to change the most high level down. Nimmo almost offers at it.
Full count. Nimmo gets into these off in 3-2 with the runner going, and Nimmo slaps one foul to stay alive. Before he relied more on power, he had some years where he had 400 on base percentages, Nimmo. Used to draw a lot of walks, does not walk quite as much as he used to. 3-2. Pops it up, might stay in play. Ramirez with a chance near the dugout, makes the running catch. Good effort by Ramirez to handle that. Right in the dugout, and the 2-0 lead for the Guardians.
Welcome back to Friday Night Baseball on Apple TV, presented by Goodyear. Tonight's odds courtesy of BetMGM. We're looking at the AL Rookie of the Year odds. The Guardians have 3 candidates in the running for AL Rookie of the Year. Second baseman Travis Bazzana, tonight's starter Parker Messick, and Chase DeLauder. Messick also in the Cy Young race. He has the 2nd lowest ERA in the American League. Stephen Vogt said he pushes the tempo when he pitches, knows what he wants to do. He said the same thing about Bazzana. Stubborn to being who he is as a player, helping both of them have success in their first month in the bigs, guys.
They certainly have. Bazzana and Messick both having success tonight as well. Here's a fair ball off the bat of Bazzana. He's 3 for 3 tonight. That ball gets hung up in the netting down the right field side, and Bazzana's thinking about 3. Here comes the throw from Nimmo. It's cut off. It's a triple for Bazzana. Now just a double away from the cycle. He saw 3 bases develop as that ball got hung up in the netting and never bounced back toward the field of play.
Wait, he's just explosive. You know what I mean? He's the catalyst, and the leadoff position is perfect for him. He gives a look over his right shoulder to see where the throw's going to come from. but just a gritty, hard-nosed ball player. That's exactly what the Guardians need.
It's his first triple in the major leagues. Now ball one to Jose Ramirez as the Rangers bring their infield in.
Infield in. This is a power hitter's delight. No outs. Trying to see a ball elevated so you can drive it.
Zana has been a fire starter for the Guardians in this one. As Ramirez fouls that one back, and it's 1-2. Last time a Cleveland player hit for the cycle was Jake Bauers in 2019. Rajay Davis did it in 2016, although he had a more memorable moment after that in Game 7 of the World Series. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Ramirez as he tries to dump one down the third base side. And Young moving back makes the running catch in foul ground, and Bazana has to stay at third. 1 out here in the 5th as we send it back to our studio and Lauren Gardner.
Wayne, this one just went final in Motown. Bottom 8 here between the Mariners and the Tigers. Spencer Torkelson with the 2-strike solo shot to extend the Tigers lead to 7-3 to take game 1 of this ALCS rematch.
All right, Lauren, thank you very much. Cleveland with a 2-0 lead here in Texas tonight. Travis Bazana at third after leadoff triple, putting him a double away from the cycle tonight. There have been 8 cycles in the history of Cleveland's franchise, beginning with Earl Averill in 1933.
Just 8?
Just 8. Larry Doby's on the list.
Ah, the legend.
Only about a month away from his major league debut, which came also in 1947, just a couple months after Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier. Larry Doby did it in the American League, and since the American and National Leagues have different cities and different fan bases, he largely went through all the same stuff Jackie went through, just in the other league.
Well, as we start to unpack the history, I'm glad he's getting his flowers now, and really people need to understand his impact regardless of what generation it is.
I agree with that. DeLauder fouls one away. July 5th, 1947 was Larry Doby's debut, and doesn't get the same attention that Jackie Robinson does, certainly, as Jackie came first, but it was only a couple months difference. 1 ball and 2 strikes as DeLauder takes ball 2. DeLauder lined out to right field. He smoked one that Brandon Nimmo caught up to last time. Infield in for the Rangers. Now a full count on the rookie DeLauder, with the rookie Bazana at third.
Negro League Museum Rookie of the Year award is the Larry Doby Award, and so got that plaque and piece very near dear to my heart.
There have been 7 3-ball counts for Rocker tonight. It's full on DeLauder. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Rocker with a couple of big outs after the leadoff triple, trying to work out of trouble here.
Excellent backdoor slider in a difference lane. That ball was down. See that action? That's a key pitch, not only to the left-handed batter, but the right hand as well. Live low, live long, being able to execute. Not out the woods yet, but that's a huge pitch.
Rangers have their bullpen up. Peyton Gray is throwing. As Rocker is at 92 pitches, but still has a chance to get through 5 tonight. Looking to limit the damage. Only 2 runs allowed. Swing and a miss by Mansardo on a high fastball. What was the thought process when you knew you were nearing the end of a night and you were just trying to make sure you did whatever you could to keep it where it was?
Empty the tank. Whatever you need to be able to execute.
Fly ball right field. Brandon Nimmo is there, and the leadoff triple produces nothing for Cleveland. Kumar Rocker with a good job to get out of the fifth. Take a look at our pitching decisions presented by Sage. Parker Messick has been awfully good through the first 4 innings here tonight.
Yeah, you're seeing the changeup as advertised, but the 4-seam at the top of the zone. But the ability to throw that changeup not only to the left-handed batter, but the right-handed batter is why he's been lethal so far this season.
Well, he's often been good in the first 4 innings of games. He starts to lose it around the 5th. And that's where we are now in the bottom of the 5th inning here in Texas. 2-0 Guardians. A strike to Ezekiel Duran. The ERA for Messick in the first 4 innings is 0.94. From the 5th inning on, it's over 5. The 5th inning especially has been his worst so far this season, but he's ahead of Duran here 0-2.
Already starts Duran knowing that he wants to be aggressive, the slider to get ahead, and that nasty changeup.
Duran grounded out to third his first time. Rangers couple of games under 500. As Duran lines one left center field, coming in for it and making the catch. Schneemann is there. 1 out.
Messick tried to sneak that fastball by Duran, but he was hunting the hole of bat, shortened the swing, got on top of it.
See Messick as the game goes along, not quite to that 3rd time through the order yet, since he has only allowed 1 base runner to this point. Facing the number 6 batter Foscue for the 2nd time. Here Foscue struck out his first time up.
That's common for a lot of starters, where all of a sudden the batting average raises the 2nd and the 3rd time because they get used to the arm angle, the stuff, the velocity.
Whoa! Guy's throwing 5-6 pitches now. I mean, how could he even get used to that as a hitter?
Velocity, I believe, because everything is hard, and that's the cool thing about watching Parker Messick. He's an old school type of guy.
That's caught by Rocchio with a backhand grab. Nice play.
You want to get through it the 2nd, 3rd time around, rely on that talented defense. There's some goals sprinkled around there, you know what I mean? And so he'll start to learn how to pitch the contact, but I also believe that's also his pace, because his pace is torrid. He really works fast, and so as he continues to grow, he'll get in this better pitching shape and to be able to sustain that pace and really the velocity later in ball games.
Strike one to Berger, who punched out his first time. Ten homers on the year for Berger. Not quite where he was during his time with the Marlins. He had a breakout season 3 years ago and still was very productive for Skip Schumacher in Miami 2 years ago. Trying to take away the peaks and valleys as Berger pops this one up, but it's been a peak for Parker Messick tonight. 8 pitches in the 5th. He has breezed through 5 innings. QR code to cast your 2026 Konami eBaseball MLB All-Star ballot daily, or visit MLB.com/vote. Shin-Soo Choo. Julio Franco was an All-Star MVP 1990.
Man, either I struck him out or he hit a home run off me.
Seems to be the way it went. There's Juan Gonzalez, powerful hitter for both these franchises, including some huge years that he had as a Texas Ranger. But the Pudge Rodriguez statue outside your catcher on that 2003 Marlins team.
I wouldn't have said hello before I walked into the stadium. I'm always going to pay homage and respect. Always.
You got to hug him after some of those big moments.
Listen, I never shook him. You won't find that video.
Peyton Gray is the new pitcher, and he almost hit Rhys Hoskins. You know, Hoskins is a veteran of a group of young players here, kind of like Pudge was for that Marlins team in 2003. What did Pudge bring to that group that you think Hoskins can bring to this one?
This experience and a comfort level, because you know he's been through it all and he's seen good pitchers. The offensive catalyst as well. And nothing seemed to rattle Pudge, you know, and he really pushed us as a staff to say, hey, your stuff is championship stuff. And not only myself, but Josh Beckett really took a turn the second half of the season. We lose A.J. Burnett, and all of a sudden Pudge really emerged as a leader, and you saw him do that often here, but he really believed in our staff that we can get him to the promised land, and that was the only time he won a title. And so for all the numbers that he put up, it was important for him at that point in his career to win a world championship.
3-2 the count on Hoskins. Memorable moment at the end of that division series against the Giants, where he's holding the ball up after that play at the plate to clinch that series. So the fine moments of Pudge right here in Texas.
It just seems like God blessed us with his body type and his style to play catcher at a high level.
Swing and a foul tip from Hoskins for strike 3. As Gray with the first strikeout against the first batter that he faces. Let's go downstairs to Heidi.
Maurice Hoskins is getting tired of the narrative around the Guardians, guys. He said nobody in this clubhouse is surprised by how we perform. I think these guys have a chip on their shoulder from the way the rest of the league sees us. Stephen Vogt told me he's been a huge addition, not just with the power bat, but the conversations that he has helping the younger players, not just with the game on the field, but also giving them perspective that it's a long season, guys.
Well, they should know that. They took what they did in the second half last year.
Wow.
They took advantage of the long road. Daniel Schneemann, the batter here. I mean, it was just unbelievable what Cleveland pulled off at the second half of last season. All-time greatest comeback in divisional play, down 15 and a half games in early July. They were still 10 back in early September before they won 22 of their last 30, including those last couple of games against the Rangers at the end of the season.
Stephen Vogt did an excellent job of keeping it simple. Let's continue to play our style of baseball. The surge came.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Gray to start his night. Schneemann is down. This is an all-timer. Look where they were just on September 5th. Dead in the water. And they were division champions just a few weeks later.
They were playing so well that they put pressure in the Detroit locker room and really their offense, and that's why it helped the surge for them to overtake on the last day of the season and win the division.
Yeah, you need some help too when it comes down to that. And the Tigers allowed that door to be crashed through by the Guardians. Well, Detroit did get the last laugh in the playoffs. They took Cleveland out in that wild card series. To go on to play the Mariners, who Detroit beat tonight. First time those two teams have seen each other since their ALDS matchup last year. 1 ball, 1 strike on Stephen Quano has 2 hits, including a double and a run scored. The Red Sox beat the Yankees tonight 5-3. Big question mark now in New York. Aaron Judge will be out for at least a month, maybe more.
Maybe more, especially that big man. The rib cage is obviously a sensitive area, and you want him to be able to revamp up and have strike zone awareness as well when he hits the ground running. 2 important pieces, but we should see what they would do.
Nice play by Young after an inside-out swing by Quan, and Peyton Gray with a 1-2-3 inning. Play Ball Weekend is here, encouraging youth everywhere to get out and play. You can visit playball.org to learn more about free events near you today. We take a look around the league. We mentioned Aaron Judge with that right rib stress fracture. It's going to be a 4 to 6 week shutdown for Judge. Tarek Skubal working his way back for the Tigers. Cubs got clobbered at Wrigley today, 18-3. Cubs have lost 19 of their last 25. Strike to Kyle Higashioka as he leads off here in the bottom of the 6th.
You're worried about the Northsiders over there, aren't you?
Well, they're in a bad way, and it's been that way for a while now. They've lost 9 of their last 10 at Wrigley. Going for a 9th inning comeback last night, it would have been 10 in a row for them at home. And they're just 2 games above 500 right now. It's all relative, isn't it? The Cubs and White Sox have pretty much the same record. Yet the Cubs are a big disappointment and the White Sox are a big surprise.
The White Sox has a chance to get into that postseason.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Higashioka. Well, it's wide open in the American League. The Judge injury certainly makes that so. Wide open for American League MVP now, too. Feel like Judge's chances take a big hit if he's not going to play enough games. 2 balls, 2 strikes as Higashioka takes ball 3.
I'm good.
Jose Ramirez had all those top 3 finishes, but he has never won the MVP award. Now the door open for someone like him or Bobby Witt Jr. or whoever else can take hold of that in the American League. Fly ball to left. Higashioka sends one deep. The Rangers get on the board. It's 2-1 on a second deck shot from Kyle Higashioka. .428 feet.
Kyle did an excellent job of getting himself in a hitter-friendly count. Messick just said, I'm going to challenge him with the fastball. He was right on time with the big man land.
Now it's 2-1. 4th homer for Higashioka this year. First run allowed by Messick tonight. First time the Rangers have even had a man get to second base, let alone third at home. Number 9 batter Michael Hellman flied out his first time. Oh. This is where Kumar Rocker's job of keeping the Rangers in this game starts to pay off a bit. One swing makes a 1-run game.
1000%, Mike. Playing the game within the game and keeping it in striking distance. Now we have a ball game.
Popped up to right by Hellman. DeLauder with a long run over as it lands in foul territory out of DeLauder's range.
Yeah, he knew that was gone right off the bat. That is a fastball, middle in, a hitter's delight.
The 7th home run allowed by Messick this year. Two balls, 1 strike, the count on Hellman. Pops this up again. This time it'll be reachable for a defender. It's Hoskins with the catch in foul ground. Stands in now up to the 3rd time through the order again. We showed you the numbers for Messick 3rd time around. Opponents start to get to him a little bit more. Still a manageable pitch count as that changeup gets Langford out in front. No balls and 1 strike. Langford struck out his last time. Messick has fanned 4 tonight. He's not walked anybody. The only 2 base runners coming on the hits from Young, a single, and Higashioka with the home run.
Oh. Starting to see Messick's pace slow down a little bit. Gathering himself, giving him some energy, making sure that the execution not fall behind.
Here's Langford shooting one toward the left field corner. It's hooking and it's fair. Juan fires it in, but Langford's at second base. He kept that just fair down the left field line for a 1-out double.
Good time for a mound visit right here. This is a slider that just stays middle, and so because of that pace, Wayne, you get later ball games, your legs get a little more heavy, the ball's not as sharp, the velocity starts to come down a little bit and plays in the hitter's favor.
Carl Willis on the mound to talk to Messick here. The Guardians get their bullpen up. Colin Holderman is throwing. Kind of like clockwork here as Messick gets deeper in the game. Well, the ball gets hit harder. The numbers start to go up. We've seen a home run and a double in this inning alone. Still a manageable pitch count. That same effectiveness not quite there for Messick. Here comes Corey Seager, 0 for 2 so far. Grounded out his last time. He's 0 for his last 29, dating back to his time before he went on the injured list. Here's a fly ball to left. That's hit well. Quad's going back out near the wall. It's gone. Welcome back, Corey Seager. It's an opposite field 2-run homer and a lead for Texas.
Wayne, we talked so much about the offense and lack thereof, and the balls are not flying out. Well, somebody must have got the AC right in this stadium because the ball is flying. You have to be a strong individual to hit the ball with that much authority in this ballpark like that. Nice to see Corey Seager back in the lineup.
He breaks out of it 0 for 29 with that opposite field blast. Swung at the first pitch again.
I would throw it on the net. I wouldn't even let him get a chance to do any damage. He's been making a living for a very long time hunting the first pitch.
Corey Seager began his Rangers career with 3 straight 30-homer seasons until injuries made that not possible last year. He has his 8th home run of this season and fresh off the IL. There's a little loop toward left center off the bat of Young. That's falling, and that gets down for a base hit. Well, Skip Schumacher warned us that Corey Seager, when he's first off the injured list, does damage. Boy, was he right.
Lefty on lefty slider. Goes down and gets that baseball. He was looking for something soft. Really leaned on that back leg, and the 2 guys back in that lineup that are so important does some damage and gives them the lead.
Parker Messick has completely unraveled here in the bottom of the 6th after 5 brilliant innings with only 1 base runner allowed. He's given up a homer, a double, another homer, and a single, only recording 1 out in this 6th inning. Now fly ball to right center off the bat of Nimmo. This one off the end of the bat as DeLauder comes in to grab it 2 outs.
You're starting to see the Rangers have a lineup adjustment, and they're not letting Messick get ahead in the count. It doesn't matter what's coming out of his hand. They know it's going to be in the strike zone, and they're being aggressive.
Brings up Ezekiel Duran, who is 0 for 2. He is lined out to center field and grounded out to third.
Whoa.
Lead gone. Cleveland has sat Holderman down. They now have Matt Festa warming up in their bullpen. Messick behind 3-0 here. He has not walked anybody tonight. Now he has, as he issues a free pass to Duran.
Not only the sharpness is starting to fade, but really the command.
It just goes in a flash. Parker Messick was cruising through 5, and now he can't get out of the 6th. The Rangers tee off with a couple of homers and take the lead. Kyle Higashioka and Corey Seager putting Texas on top. Deficit to take a 3-2 lead. They lead after 6 innings. They are undefeated. So Texas in a good spot. We talked about how outstanding their bullpen has been so far this year. Out of nowhere here, the Rangers have hit a couple of home runs to take the lead away from Parker Messick, who's now out of the game. Matt Festa is in. And the Rangers have runners on first and second with Jock Peterson coming off the bench to bat for Justin Foscue. This worked out perfectly for Skip Schumacher. Gets to deploy Peterson in the exact spot in the lineup where he would have wanted.
And some of the plus guys down there in that bullpen. We talked earlier with Skip about some of these starters that are converted, so they definitely know how to navigate the lineup.
Peterson's been on a tear lately. Chops it to first, backing up. Hoskins makes the play. Festa gets there to cover, and that ends the inning. 2 Texas homers give the Rangers the lead. Kyle Higashioka went deep off of Parker Messick, and the returning Corey Seager with the go-ahead blast to make it 3-2 Rangers.
Welcome back to Arlington. The American League is wide open this season for a team to go on a run. Only 6 teams in the AL have a positive run differential, including both the Guardians and Rangers. Yankees just took that big hit with the loss of Aaron Judge. He's got the stress fracture in his rib. He's going to be shut down 4 to 6 weeks. It's going to be a couple months before he's back on the field. You just saw the graphic there. If the postseason started today, the Guardians would be in. The Rangers are just on the bubble there. But can the Yankees hold serve with Judge out, guys?
Well, it remains to be seen as Peyton Gray delivers to Austin Hedges. 2 balls, no strikes. Historically, in the little bit of time Judge has missed over the years, the Yankees have had a hard time holding it together. Their pitching's a lot better than it was then, though.
Yeah, with Garrett Cole back in the fold, they're definitely going to have to lean on that rotation. But my man, Uncle Ben Rice has been absolutely outstanding. But you need to see more depth with that lineup with Jazz Chisholm and company.
Rice homered tonight and the Yankees lost. They're now 37-26. Game and a half behind the Rays for first in the AL East. Tampa Bay beat Miami tonight 6-0. Even if the Yankees do slide some, well, there's not many good teams in the American League anyway. It just depends on how long Judge is out. Hedges with a pop-up in foul ground. Berger drifts over and makes the catch. Hedges the first out here in the 7th inning. Peyton Gray retiring all 4 batters so far for Texas.
Gray's looked excellent, just being able to command that fastball and really get this Guardian team to speed up their bat, and being able to slow them down with the off speed and this contact.
Gray came up when Robert Garcia was put on the injured list. A couple of the back end arms the Rangers were counting on. Garcia and Chris Martin are out. And this bullpen just kind of strolls along for Texas. The best bullpen ERAs in the major leagues. 1 ball, 1 strike on Rocchio. Jacob Latz and Jacob Junis have combined for 12 saves. Latz has 8 of them. Latz was battling with Kumar Rocker in spring training to be the 5th starter.
Yeah, and he was on the bubble, and obviously he's a back of the rotation guy, but I think they loved what he had as far as high leverage situations and that swing and miss late in ball games, and you need that in the back end of a bullpen.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Rocchio with Pizzana on deck. Pizzana just a double away from the cycle tonight. It was a home run, a single, and a triple in his 3 at-bats. 3-2 now on Rocchio.
Have that combination between Rocchio and Pizzana. Rocchio does an excellent job turning over that lineup and providing the tough at bat at the bottom.
Flips his bat at this one on 3-2 and pops it to shallow left. Seager goes out and he puts that away. 2 up, 2 down. Brings up Travis Pizzana, the former #1 pick. Is a double away from the cycle tonight.
Yeah, he came out ultra aggressive, and rightfully so. That's the tone setter that he is, and you see the bat to ball skills, you see the power. He ran the bases well, and he just has all the tools Wayne you want in a cornerstone type guy. Love his energy, love his grit. Smart baseball player beyond his years.
He'll face the lefty Jalen Beeks with 2 out, nobody on here in the 7th. Travis Bazzana needs a double for the 9th cycle in Cleveland baseball history. He'll try to get it here in the 7th against the new pitcher, lefty Jalen Beeks.
Yeah, Beeks has reverse splits. Left-handed batters are hitting 310, right-handed 218.
Swing and a miss by Bazzana. Beeks was drafted by the Red Sox, and when Boston needed Nathan Eovaldi to help them win a World Series in 2018, they traded Beeks straight up for Eovaldi to the Tampa Bay Rays. Trade certainly worked out for the Red Sox that year. Eovaldi had some big moments in October, as he did when the Rangers won 3 years ago. And there's Eovaldi now. 1 ball, 1 strike on Bazzana, hitting just 190 against lefties. With his speed, you think about the cycle here, a hustle double wouldn't be out of the question.
Not at all.
2 balls and a strike the count. So the double probability down there, 3%. So we'll take our chances. Travis Hafner, the only Cleveland rookie to ever hit for the cycle back in 2003. 2-2 the count.
Excellent pitch by Beeks. Falls behind. Bazzana looking for that fastball. Gets the off speed, even to the count.
Fouled as Bazzana stays alive, still 2-2. Cleveland had a 2-0 lead early. Bazzana hit a leadoff home run. The Rangers are on pace to give up the most leadoff homers in baseball history this year. Record 16. They've allowed 9. 2-2. And a roller foul past first. Bazzana just sticking his bat out to stay alive.
Beeks has a herky-jerky motion, hides the ball very well. A little short arm action.
Young way off the bag at third. He's basically at shortstop. So if Bazzana just bounces one down to third base side, he'll have the cycle for sure. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Big out for Beeks and the Rangers. Bazzana cut down, 7th inning stretch in Texas.
They call me the outlaw, man with no name. I go unnoticed, yeah, it's all a game.
Welcome back. Friday Night Baseball on Apple TV, presented by Goodyear. Dontrell Willis and Heidi Watney. I'm Wayne Randazzo. We're in Arlington, Texas, where the Rangers lead the Guardians 3-2. Texas coming back with 2 home runs in the 6th inning. Kyle Higashioka and Corey Seager. Travis Bazzana's had a good night at the top of the Cleveland order, but Kumar Rocker really did a good job for the Rangers, keeping them in it despite a couple of runs, despite some traffic. He didn't break tonight. That's allowed the Rangers to have this comeback.
Very important, and that's the positivity about a starting pitcher, especially when you're in the hole early. You have to show some fight to be able to allow your offense to be able to fight back for you in this ball game. And he had a ton of traffic, but he had to make pitches, and that's a situation where you look back, hey, I didn't have my best stuff or my best command, but if they win this ball game, it's a victory in that locker room. That's all that matters.
Matt Festa is back out for the 7th inning. As Jake Berger gets ready to lead off. See number 21 on Berger's back, which is a tribute to his daughter Penelope, was born with Down syndrome. Berger and his family started the Berger Family Foundation, a nonprofit that is dedicated to creating opportunities for individuals with Down syndrome. Very important work that Jake Berger and his wife and his family have done in honor of his daughter Penelope. There is Berger to lead off at the bottom of the 7th against Festa. That's a good breaking ball, swing and a miss. Festa threw 15 pitches against the Yankees just yesterday. Berger has popped out and struck out today.
Festa with that nasty sharp slider. Very unpredictable when he would throw that. Has the ability to be able to land it with a strike, but it's a sweeping action, especially against a right-handed batter.
1 ball, 1 strike on Berger. Swing and a miss in 22. Berger, drafted by the White Sox. He was a first-round pick. Took him a while to get to the major leagues. Had a ruptured Achilles a couple of times, bruised heel, and had to go through the pandemic too. That didn't help. And finally, he was able to get to the big leagues in 2021 for the first time. Hey, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now 2-2.
Came over from the White Sox to the Marlins, man. What a jolt in that lineup, and Skip Schumacher talked about that. And when he's hot, he's one of the best hitters in all of baseball.
And that's strike 3 called, so Festa gets the first out here in the 7th. Higashioka will bat next. We'll send it downstairs to Heidi.
Wayne, you mentioned Berger wearing number 21 to honor his daughter. He was also hit on the wrist by a 96-mile-an-hour fastball earlier this year. Now, it didn't break his wrist, but it did break a bracelet that was made for him by a little girl named Lily, who also has Down syndrome. Berger said afterward she might have been his guardian angel, Wayne.
Here's Kyle Higashioka taking ball 1. The bracelet absorbed a lot of that hit by pitch. Who knows what could happen when that ball gets up into that area on the hand, wrist. Broken bones can come of that. 1 ball, 1 strike on Higashioka. Got the scoring started for the Rangers last inning with a long home run into the 2nd deck. Fastball upstairs for strike 3 as Festa's recorded back-to-back strikeouts here in the 7th. Let's go back to our studio. Here's Lauren Gardner.
When we're going to get you out to our other game here tonight on Apple TV, Royals Twins in Minnesota. KC up 1-0 in the top of the 1st. Jack Caglione doubles to center. Pasquatch scores to extend the Royals lead to 2-0. It's now 2-1 in the bottom of the 3rd.
Friends on the other Apple crew must have had a little rain for that game to be just getting started around 8:30 local time in Minnesota.
A little late.
Got a roof here.
Good living.
Evan Carter is due up. Hedges goes out to the mound to talk to Festa.
I don't understand why they didn't put a dome over there in Minnesota.
Nobody understands that.
I don't understand that one. Love the great people of Minnesota, but I don't get that one.
Only stopped snowing there about a week ago.
I love purple rain, but I don't want it on my head, okay?
I understand. Atlanta won again tonight. They stopped the Pirates, who've been playing well, 6-3. Mauricio Dubon had a 2-run homer in that game.
Weezy, we got to go over there, man, one day and call the game with our shirts off.
You want to do the tarps off?
Yeah, let's keep our dinner coats on.
The jacket's over the tarplessness. That's a good idea. There it is. D-Train wants to join the fracas.
I love it.
Even that little baby's got the tarp off, looks like.
That's funny.
There's Carter popping one up on the infield as Ramirez makes the catch. Matt Festa with a 1-2-3 inning. It's a 3-2 Texas lead heading to the 8th. All on Apple TV is presented by Goodyear. Follow the MLB season with the Apple Sports app. Get real-time scores and play-by-play straight to your iPhone lock screen. Fast and simple. Download the Apple Sports app for free on the App Store today. How about Bartolo Colon? Was a fireballer early in his career with Cleveland. Then by the time he got to Texas later on, was still throwing fastballs, just a lot slower ones, and was still getting people out into his mid to late 40s.
Timeless wonder.
Here's Jacob Latz, who has transformed from a pitcher that lost out on the 5th starter job in spring training to a late inning reliever, and he has not been hit very much. Opponents batting just 120 against Latz.
Right-handed batter hitting 080 against him thus far. He has been absolutely outstanding in high leverage situations.
does have 8 saves. We'll see if this is a 2-inning chance for him or if Skip Schumacher just wants him to go 1 here. They have Jacob Junis, who's had some saves as well, who could pitch the 9th inning if the Rangers hold the lead here. It's 3-2, and it's 0-2 on Ramirez, who takes upstairs.
97 from the left side. Talked about it earlier in the ball game. Yes, he has starter characteristics, but that is some serious swing and miss. That's that type of velocity and pitch mix.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Latz has only allowed 11 hits in 27 innings, just 5 walks. That's good for a 0.59 whip. It's the lowest of any reliever that's pitched at least 20 innings so far this year. Very few base runners. There's strike 3 call to Ramirez. He wants to challenge. I don't think we've seen a challenge all night.
The batter is challenging the called strike.
This one powered by T-Mobile. Ramirez hoping to stay alive. But he's out.
The pitch is a strike. It is strike 3. Cleveland has 1 challenge remaining.
Pitch before that, Wade set that up. He threw a changeup just off the plate, and all of a sudden, an explosion of 96 inner half, well-thrown fastball.
One thing about this bird's eye top of the moon view we have here in the booth at Globe Life Park, we could see from here that was a strike.
Whoa!
He's chased a Lauder as he takes ball 1. He has struck out a couple of times tonight. Cleveland has been the worst team in the majors at challenging as far as hitters go. DeLauder with a fly ball to right field. This is in play for Brandon Nimmo as he comes in a few steps. 2 outs.
That fly ball almost hit the roof.
Not easy to do in this ballpark, seeing as though we're on it. We're way up here.
Settle down over there, Weezy. Settle down.
David Fry is the batter in place of Manzardo. I was an All-Star just a couple of years ago when the All-Star game was held here in Texas at Globe Life Field. It'll be at Citizens Bank Park next month, which for a stadium that's been open for over 20 years has never hosted the All-Star game.
Love that ballpark, love the atmosphere. The fans are going to be right on top. Didn't like it when Ryan Howard hit me off that brick wall, but got one there myself.
And these things happen.
Oh man.
A 2 out, nobody on here in the 8th inning. Cleveland hasn't scored since the 4th. Stephen Kwan doubled with 2 outs, and he came home on a base hit by Austin Hedges. And here's David Fry rolling 1 to short. Corey Seager has that. And Jacob Latz with a quick inning. 8 pitches, 1, 2, 3 in the top of the 8th. By Martin Scorsese's iconic remake and starring Javier Bardem and Amy Adams. Don't miss Cape Fear. When convicted murderer Max Cady is released from prison, he begins infiltrating the family of the married attorneys who helped put him behind bars. Cape Fear is now streaming on Apple TV. Remember De Niro and Scorsese version of Cape Fear.
Man, a dynamic duo like us.
Sean Armstrong is the new pitcher for Cleveland here in the 8th inning. Ryan Langford swings and misses.
His speed, his power, obviously what he did earlier in the ball game is just so important.
Langford had a double in front of Corey Seager's homer in the 6th inning, and the 2 returning Rangers from the IL putting a big imprint on this game. Texas has a 3-2 lead since that Langford-Seager extra base hit combination in the 6th inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Langford, facing Armstrong, who was with the Rangers last year and had a good year. Had A 2.31 ERA in 71 games for Texas. It was a career high in games pitched for Armstrong last year, and 9 saves. A career high as well. One ball, 2 strikes. Armstrong actually came up with Cleveland initially back in 2015. He's pitched for 8 different teams at the major league level. Native of North Carolina, actually runs a pitching facility there. Teaches pitchers how to stay healthy first and foremost.
And listen, a lot of people need to go to North Carolina then.
The Armstrong Arm Care Facility.
Important.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Wyatt Langford. Pop fly to right center as DeLauder puts away Langford. 1 out here in the 8th. Well, Corey Seager back from the IL, snapped an 0 for 29 with his 6th inning go-ahead home run.
Yeah, he's going to be able to get locked in, and that's a tough pitch. Usually lefty on lefty, you want to be able to pull that pitch. He let the baseball travel deep and muscle it up. Only few in the big leagues can do that.
He swung at the first pitch all 4 times tonight. Comes up empty here. Balls and a 1 strike on Seager. Now 8 homers this year, 21 last year, despite missing 60 games last season. Fly ball to center field, hit pretty well. Schneemann backs up a bit to make the catch. 2 outs. Play ball weekend is here, encouraging youth everywhere to get out and play. You can visit playball.org to learn more about free events near you today. Stephen Kwan of the Great Oregon State program, Jack Leiter and Kumar Rocker from Vanderbilt. Pisano went to Oregon State as well. College World Series in full swing. 2 outs. Here is Josh Young. Bottom hand come off the bat, look like there.
Hey, I'm a National League guy. I always make sure I have enough stick 'em on there with the batting gloves. That young man's going to continue to develop, continue to get confidence. Mr. Leiter's going to be a frontline guy for sure.
He'll face Tanner Bybee tomorrow. It's another nationally televised game tomorrow night. Jack Leiter against Bybee, and then Jacob deGrom pitches Sunday afternoon here against Joey Cantillo. No balls, 2 strikes on Josh Young. He has 2 hits tonight. Only 5 hits in this game for the Rangers. They have made them count with the 2 home runs, Higashioka and Seager. Houston's up on the A's tonight 5-1. Jose Altuve came back from the injured list tonight as well. Saw the Seattle loss in Detroit earlier, so the Rangers could be just a game and a half out of first with a win tonight. Chopper to the left side. Ramirez, as he backs up, has it. Quick long throw to retire Young. 1, 2, 3 in the 8th. We'll go to the 9th inning in a 1-run game. 3-2 Texas. For the Formula One Monaco Grand Prix, stars will line as the grid tackles the unforgiving barriers, narrow straights, and sharp climbs of the iconic street circuit in Monte Carlo. Watch the race live Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern on Apple TV, the new U.S. home for Formula One. Jacob Latz, a quick 1-2-3 8th inning. He's out for the 9th as well. He's had a couple of 2-inning saves this year. And plenty of arm strength to go the distance.
And that's why you have a starter down there in that bullpen. He's already been able to build up in spring training, and so this is nothing for him to be able to go to the lineup once again and be able to get 6 outs late in the ball game.
Rhys Hoskins looks at strike one, a strikeout and a walk for Hoskins tonight. Guardians have 6 hits, 3 of them by their leadoff batter Bazana, who was just a double shy of the cycle but may not get another at bat tonight. 0-2 on Hoskins. Bazana would be due up 6th in this inning. Schneeman's due up next, but Stuart Fairchild is in the on-deck circle. As Hoskins stays alive, still 0-2, 96 on the radar gun from Latz. Strike 3 called. Latz swings him up with the curve.
That's illegal in Texas. They got to check on that backdoor slider. That was excellent. Nothing that Rhys can do with that pitch.
Second strikeout for Latz. He's retired all 4 that he's faced. Texas pitchers have retired now 13 in a row. Bazana was the last base runner when he tripled in the 5th inning. Remember, that was a leadoff triple, and the Guardians never brought him home. They have not had a chance to bring anybody else home since then. And they trail now 3-2 thanks to one bad inning for Parker Messick tonight. Guardians go to their bench here. It's the veteran Stuart Fairchild. We'll have another pinch hitter, it looks like. Angel Martinez behind him with Stephen Kwan's spot due up next. The White Sox lost tonight in Philadelphia 8-6. So Cleveland a 2-game lead in the AL Central entering today. Would stay right there if they can't come back tonight. Swing and a miss by Fairchild. 1 ball, 1 strike. Guardians have been a good road team this year. They've won 10 of their last 12 on the road. They haven't scored tonight since the 4th inning, and they haven't had a man on base since the 5th.
Excellent job by the Ranger bullpen, and that's again been their strength all season long, being able to stabilize and allow this offense to have a striking chance.
Fairchild wants to challenge. The Guardians have 1 left. It's going to be a big call here. It will be 1-2 or 2-1. And it's a ball, so Fairchild swings the count in his favor. 2 balls and a strike. That's why you keep those challenges for a late opportunity to use it. Big difference between 1-2 and 2-1. Now it's 3-1.
Any traffic you could put on late.
There's ball 4. So after that challenge gets a call overturned, Stuart Fairchild ends up drawing a walk. First base runner for Cleveland since the 5th inning, and now Angel Martinez has had a great start to the year. Will bat for Kwan. Martinez is a switch hitter. He's batting right-handed here. He's hit 9 home runs this season. Tied with Ramirez for the team lead in that category. Just 2 shy of the 11 that he hit last year. Big swing here, and it's 0-1.
7 of his 9 home runs have come from the left side, but he does have some pop.
Fairchild aboard at first. He drew a walk as a pinch hitter. No balls and a strike on Martinez. Pretty big lead for Fairchild. As Martinez takes ball one.
You're Fairchild, even though they're playing no doubles, you still have to be on your horse to be able to tie this ball game. That ball's in the gap.
Martinez flips it foul, and Latz gets ahead of him. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Austin Hedges due up next. Hedges would be the switch hitting Rocchio. Latz a 1-2-3-8 inning. Struck out the first batter here in the 9th. He's walked the Stuart Fairchild, putting the tying run at first. Rangers trying to win for the 6th time in their last 7 games as Martinez stays alive, fouling it behind home plate.
Excellent job by Martinez, spoiling that nasty breaking ball down in the zone. Seen a lot of high velocity, anywhere from 95 to 97, and then all of a sudden you have to slow yourself down, quiet the hands, just enough. Live to fight another day.
Rangers swept the Royals here in Texas last weekend, and then they won 2 out of 3 in St. Louis. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Martinez, and now trying to start this homestand against the Guardians with a win. It's largely been a well-pitched game. Big spurt from the Rangers in the 6th. 2 home runs put them on top. Jacob Latz trying to keep them there. 2-2 on the pinch hitter Martinez. Foul back. Good battle here.
Being able to keep your emotions in check in this situation. Quiet the mind, the heart. Continue to execute. This is a well-fought battle between the pitcher and the batter.
Latz is searching for his 9th save of the year. Trying to go 2 innings to get it. Martinez with a pop-up shallow right center. Duran goes out. Carter comes in, and it's Carter who makes the catch.
I got to be honest, Wayne, off the bat, I thought that was the perfect chip shot right there between Duran and Carter. Duran looking over his shoulder, and Carter, excellent beat on that baseball, and it hung up just enough to get the 2nd out. Ooh. A little bit of eyes closed as that ball into the web.
Now with 2 down, the batter Austin Hedges had an RBI single earlier tonight. Fairchild the tying run at first. 2 outs in the 9th inning. It's a 3-2 game. And it's Hedges swinging and missing for strike 1. Hedges has been a bit better with the bat this year, hitting .241. It's well above his career batting average of .187. 1 ball, 1 strike. Austin Hedges does have a World Series ring with the big block T on it. Part of that Rangers group in 2023 was traded over late in the season. Served as a backup catcher as Texas won it all. One ball, 2 strikes on Hedges. 2 outs here in the 9th. Check swing on the ball. The Hedges held up. 2-2.
Higashioka, excellent job blocking that ball and keeping it from and not allowing the runner to be able to advance. It's about the little things, being able to win ball games late.
Two balls, 2 strikes. The tying run at first. Fairchild. Hedges at the plate. Guardians down by a run. And Hedges bounces it to the left side. That's through, a base hit. Fairchild goes to second base, and the Guardians have life here in the ninth. Second hit for Austin Hedges tonight. Now Brian Rocchio, who's been outstanding all year with runners in scoring position, will have a chance to tie it up with Fairchild at second base.
Being able to sell out on the velocity. He eliminated the breaking ball and really just been able to get on top of it and had enough top spin to get through the hole, elongate the inning and say, hey, one more chance.
Jordan Teagues is the pitching coach for the Rangers as he goes to the mound to chat with Latz here. Latz had an 8-pitch 8th inning. He's taken 21 pitches here so far in the 9th inning and is yet to put it away. The Guardians are going to go back to their bench. Only Patrick Bailey is available at this point. Bailey a little bit faster than Hedges, so he'll be the runner at first representing the go-ahead run. Miss the days when pitchers would come out and pinch run when you run out of guys on the bench?
No, I do not. You don't want to see that from me. I look like a wild ostrich running.
Austin Hedges had 2 hits and an RBI tonight. Now Bailey represents the go-ahead run at first base, with Fairchild the tying run at second. Ryan Rocchio's hit over 300 this year with runners in scoring position. He leads the majors in hits from the number 9 spot in the order. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
Let's challenge Rocchio with that straight four-seam at the top of the zone to be able to get ahead.
Rocchio has the most hits of any Cleveland number 9 hitter in the last 30 years at this point in the season. No balls and 1 strike. And he chops it softly, third base side foul. It's 0-2.
After that four-seam fastball went to the changeup. That would have been a tough play for Latz.
The Guardians just 1 hit tonight with a man in scoring position. Rocchio has a chance to at least tie it up if he gets one here. Bazzana's on deck. He's had 3 hits tonight. He's a double shy of the cycle. Rocchio trying to give the Guardians more hope here in the 9th inning. Down by a run. He takes ball 1. Rocchio's 0 for 3 tonight. Latz trying to slam the door on a 2-inning save. Junis is now up in the bullpen if Latz can't finish it. Tying and go-ahead runs are on for Cleveland. A 1-run game in the 9th. And Rocchio takes ball 2.
And how many times, Wayne, have you seen this young man be able to provide a quality of bat?
Guardians are hoping this quality at bat turns into a game-tying hit. Skip Schumacher wants Latz to finish it right here as Latz steps off.
Latz wants to go to something soft as far as the changeup or maybe the slider, overthrown a couple fastballs. We'll see the pitch mix right now.
Guardians have the tying and go-ahead runs on base. The 2-2. Way upstairs, ball 3, and now the runners will get a head start. Latz's next pitch will be a new season high in pitches thrown, 35. It'll be a 3-2 to Brian Rocchio. The runners will take off. A swing and a miss, strike 3. The ball game is over. Jacob Latz gets the final out. He leaves the tying and go-ahead runs on. And the Rangers, thanks to the returning Corey Seager, come back to beat the Guardians 3-2.
Yeah, this was a gritty win. They did an excellent job preventing the damage, especially with runners in scoring position, and the Cleveland Guardians are excellent at that. But nice to see Corey Seager and Willie Langford get back into the fold and back to the first day in, and now they go. So with that AL race, man, watch out for the Rangers.
Rangers have won 6 of their last 7. They closed within a game of 500. And they earned this one tonight. A well-pitched game. They got the 2 big homers in the 6th. Seager, the go-ahead shot. And Texas trying to make their move now that they're a little healthier.
Also, you talked about Rocker. It looked a little shaky in the beginning. He navigated through some traffic, but he made pitches when he had to swing the momentum from the Guardians dugout back into this dugout. Gave him a fighting chance to be able to win this ball game. It was a huge win against a good ball club.
Corey Seager back in the lineup for Texas, and immediately our PNC player of the game. Swung at the first pitch all night, but this is the one that he hit out.
Lefty on lefty slider. First day back, you knew he was going to hit the ground running, and you know he loves that first pitch. And for him to hit the ball like that, like he was right-handed, really sent a jolt in this stadium.
Texas hangs on for a 3-2 win. Corey Seager standing by with Heidi Watney.
Yeah, Corey, just off the IL, you hit a home run. Safe to say the back's feeling good?
Yeah, you know, we had a bunch of good at-bats today, so just to be able to kind of scratch it up, runs across the board to get a win tonight was big for us.
Yeah, battling back is huge as well. You have a history of offensive success coming off the injured list. Why do you think that is?
I got no idea. I'm just glad it happens, I guess, yeah.
Parker Messick, one of the best left-handed pitchers in the game. How were you able to get to him?
Yeah, you know, he was good all night. You know, he had us off balance. He was making good pitches to the first couple innings, and we finally got to scratch a couple of hits and got a couple runs off him and ended up getting the win.
All right, you coming back, Wyatt coming back, the team finally getting healthy again. What do you think about this team now that you guys are getting healthy?
Yeah, you know, honestly, me and Wyatt came back at a good time. You know, this team was rolling, so we're just kind of hopping on board and trying to keep the momentum going forward.
All right, thanks, Corey.
Thank you.
The Train's on the move now. Seager and Langford back tonight. Langford doubled, Seager homered. It came in the 6th inning when the Rangers scored all 3 of their runs to battle back to beat Cleveland tonight. They hung on in the end too, and it's 3-2 the final. We'll be back to wrap it up.
Make me new. Saddle up.